What is up, lads? How's it going? How are you getting on? And welcome back to the channel. It's a big week for most managers this week. There's a lot of people wildcarding, and unfortunately, fortunately, I'm going to Liverpool tomorrow, so I had to jump on to this evening, get the deadline stream done, and yeah, there's lots to discuss. A lot of people wildcarding, yeah. But yeah, I want to say hello to Brian there. He's saying hello to me in the chat. What's he saying? Over the bar, writing the captaincy clip on Twitter, but I convicted the GAMEWEEK 6 one was wide. It actually wasn't. It does look like it was wide, but actually I zoomed in on it, and it actually went over. But that's a challenge for Brian in the coming weeks. We'll yeah, I'll have to do that side one again. Yeah, but yeah, good man for pointing that out. But anyway, yeah, if it's an easy captaincy pick anyway, but we'll get into that later on. But yeah, so wildcarding. I put out a tweet earlier on today. There's a lot of people wildcarding, I was saying. So we'll get through a lot of wildcard drafts later on. But I just want to start in the stream. We'll start off with a thread I put out on Twitter this week. So basically, I thought it'd be very useful anyway, especially with the amount of people wildcarding. A lot of people are waiting as well for GAMEWEEK 9, but I think especially it depends on how your team is lining up. Unfortunately, I had 3 Liverpool, 2 Chelsea, 1 Leeds, and 2 Brighton as well. So I was forced into wildcarding this week, so that's why I've hit the button. But yeah, if you're in the chat, no more than Brian as well, give us a wave. Hopefully the volume is alright on the mic. I was messing around with a few things before the stream. But yeah, let us know where you're watching in the world. We've got a few watching on the stream tonight now. So yeah, we'll just get straight into it, I suppose. So yeah, I put out this tweet this week. And I suppose, yeah, if you're wildcarding, it's going to be a very template wildcard this week. So the advice, just kind of stick to the template. A lot of players are bringing in on your GAMEWEEK 8 wildcard. It's going to be pretty much close to a GAMEWEEK 9 wildcard. But yeah, while we're going through this, and then we'll get through the teams that were sent in to me earlier on this evening. But yeah, I just starting off in goals there. Nick Pope, Newcastle, they're flying at the moment. 3 clean sheets in their first 6 games. 2 double-digit hauls for Pope as well, and 8 save points. So he's racking up the saves. Unfortunately, I went with Ramsdale to start the season. Could have went with Sanchez, but I thought Arsenal were fairly solid to keep a few clean sheets. And just mentioned there as well, they've a nice solid fixtures up until the World Cup. So, and he got called up to the England squad today, so he'll be looking to push on. I don't know why Pickford wasn't called up. Is he injured or what's the story with him? But Newcastle have a nice run of fixtures there up until the GAMEWEEK 16 wildcard. But yeah, Pope and goals anyway. Him and Hahn, whether or not to double or even triple up, you can see Trippier's the next player there. But we'll get to that later on. It's pretty much a toss up, either going with Kane or De Bruyne. And then if you go with Kane, you have to go with well, you don't have to, but probably triple Newcastle is probably the advised decision. Or if you want Isaac up top, then and go on De Bruyne in midfield, yeah. But we'll get on to that later on anyway. But yeah, so Pope and goals anyway for sure. You could probably have a Guaita next week. I know Palace have nice fixtures after the international break, GAMEWEEK 9 onwards. But yeah, Trippier's up next anyway, so we're going double Newcastle defence anyway. He rose in price. I got him in before the price rise. I think it was Tuesday evening. But yeah, nice ownership as well. So if Newcastle get a clean sheet this week, and if you don't own any Newcastle, especially with the amount of people wildcarding, you're more than likely you're going to see a red arrow. But yeah, he's got 1 goal. I was looking at his kind of heat maps this year. He's not really crossing much. It's kind of attack and threat is coming from set pieces. But yeah, he got his goal against City with that set piece. But he's another man that's fighting for a spot for Qatar anyway. I think he's in the squad this week. I'm fairly sure, but I can't remember. I know Pickford isn't in any, but Pope gets a nod anyway. Yeah, I'm thinking Salah, when you seen his assist last night anyway for City against Dortmund, and they haven't been great, I suppose, defensively so far. 3 clean sheets is probably decent. It's probably close enough to the most clean sheets in the league. All right, maybe after Brighton, they might be the same as Brighton, but yeah, they've been fairly disappointing in terms of clean sheets. At Aston Villa game as well, I was really hoping for a clean sheet there as well. But 2 assists so far, two double-digit hauls, and yeah, there's probably a lot of managers going to go for Cancelo out and Trent in when they play Liverpool GAMEWEEK 11. And yeah, that should be taken out there because game week 12 was obviously called off. But I released this trade earlier on in the week. But yeah, Cancelo to Trent is going to be a popular move anyway, game week 11. But yeah, he's blowing a kiss to Smith there. Hopefully he's doing that the weekend again if he gets something earlier on in the early kickoff. But yeah, Cancelo makes the defense anyway. Going on then, if you watched Chelsea last night, Reece James, he's a man of the moment for Chelsea. A lot of people are asking why you had him in my team. Fair enough, they don't play this week, but they're going to be playing. Or you'll want them for future weeks, yeah. But 1 goal, 1 assist. He's on set pieces as well. I don't need to say much more really. They haven't been great for keeping clean sheets. I think it's only 1 clean sheet Chelsea have kept this season, but I think he's only blanked twice as well. So yeah, they're not keeping clean sheets, but hopefully Graham Potter sorts that out as well. Fofana could be an option there as well, but we'll get into that later on. Fofana or Emerson is one I'm kind of him and hawing as well. But yeah, the fact that Fofana didn't play last night, I know it was only Potter's first game, but yeah, we'll see how that goes in future weeks. Martinelli then, I know they're not playing in game week 12, but he's a man in form. They've fair enough to blank, and they've 2 tough fixtures with Spurs and Liverpool, but there's always goals in the North London derby. So hoping Martinelli keeps going. He was unlucky not to get a goal as well against United. Soft enough free, but I'm a United supporter, so I can't give out too much with that. But yeah, Martinelli, we won't dwell on him too much. He's been in my team since game week 1. He won't be leaving anytime soon. Pereira then, I've seen a lot of people bench him this week. I think he's going to do well against Forest. Forest haven't been great defensively. They conceded 3 against Bournemouth. Fulham are flying, and we'll get into his Serbian counterpart up top now in a few minutes. But yeah, Pereira definitely in. Fulham have got very nice fixtures up until game week 16. I'll quickly just bring up what they have. There's a sneak peek of my current wildcard team, but there's a few little changes they're going to do. Yeah, so Forest, yeah, Newcastle, fair enough, probably not. It's not going to be great having them double Newcastle offence and Mitrovic. Pereira's probably going on the bench there, but Bournemouth, Villa, and then Leeds and Everton up until game week 16. Lovely fixtures for Fulham there, which could probably see Pereira starting a few of those games as well. Yeah. Now on to his other striker there, Mitrovic. He's just flying at the moment. 6 goals on penalties. Only blanked once this season, and he should have probably scored. That was the penalty missing game week 2. And then as we were saying there, the great run of fixtures there for Fulham. Yeah. So yeah, I'm probably going to play the 2 of them this week. To be fair, I see a lot of people benching them for Maddison. I was probably more inclined to bench Maddison against Spurs, but I think I'm probably, the way I'm setting up now at the moment, I'm probably going to play the 2, and hopefully Leicester get a goal anyway. There's always goals in that Spurs Leicester game, so hoping Maddison does well anyway. Yeah, and then who else? Haaland up top. Bream was on about there in the chat about me captaincy pick there video, but yeah, just he was fairly quiet last night. I know he was saying the reporter was asking, they kept him quiet, but he scored. That's all that matters. And I just loved that after the post match interview, all he was saying, he was focusing on Wolves. So that's good going for as an FPL manager. The game was over and he's already focusing on Wolves. So hopefully there'll be no early kickoff curse. And yeah, we'll hopefully Haaland does well. He's going to be the highest captain anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But it's always nice to get a captaincy return. Yeah. And then I just said there. Then once you've them 8 players, so they're the 8 players for sure that I think you should be having in your team anyway. And then you can either decide on. I was more inclined going for Son, as opposed to having De Bruyne and or having Haaland and or De Bruyne in my team. But Son was very poor Tuesday night, so I think it's a 50-50 now between Son and Kane and KDB. So need to decide on that now for now. But yeah, that's the 9 players then, your 1 premium, and then if you want to keep money in your bank, go for that, and then you have an easy route then back to Salah. And yeah, I just listed off the remaining players then to fill up your team. So all in there, black and white for you, easy there. All you have to do is just fill in the blanks, and that's pretty much your wildcard team sorted. So here's how I was shaping up during the week. But this has changed since now. So this is my old wildcard team. So I had Son in, I had Bowen, I had Maddison, went for Fofana, but after he didn't play last night, a wee bit worrying. And then I had Isaac up top. Wilson is meant to be out for the next few, but I think Isaac is going to be a good shout there. He got his goal against Liverpool. He was unlucky the week after not to score then as well. But yeah, the big question basically is it's either going to be Isaac and KDB, or Kane and Zaha, or Kane. I could probably stretch to Foden either, but I can't. I think I'm pointing 1 or 2 off. But yeah, that's how I'm looking at the moment. So the eight foundations are in there anyway. Pope, James, Cancelo, Trippier, Martinelli, Pereira, Haaland and Mitrovic, yeah. And then one of the premiums gets you up to 9. Then you just have to fill in the next 6 there, yeah. So that's how we're looking at the moment. Before we get into kind of my own wildcard team, there's a few we have to get through, yeah. But I'm just gonna have a quick look at the chat here. I see Breen and Mohammed are chatting away there. So, what are your plans for Trent in Game Week 12? I have the funds for Salah, but Trent will surely need 2 transfers at some stage, yeah. So as I was saying there, Breen, yeah, yeah. When City have that blank in Game Week 12 against Arsenal, a lot of people are going to be moving off Cancelo to Trent. So probably try and keep that 0.5 in the bank if you can, if you're wildcarding as well, and then that'll be a straight swap for Trent for Cancelo. Or if you just wanted to do a few weeks punts, you could go for Robbo. Hopefully Robbo he hasn't been great to start the season, but if you're stuck for cash, hopefully he'll be in better form then. Even if you don't have the money for a straight swap, even Van Dijk in there as well. But yeah, that's what it's looking at the moment. That's my plans. I have to get Salah in. Depending if I go Kane or KDB, it's probably going to take 2 transfers, especially if I've Madison, Bowen and Zaha in the midfield there. But yeah, Salah will definitely be coming back in Game Week 12 anyhow, so I'll need to keep a wee bit of money in the bank for him for sure. Mohammed, waiting for the green arrow, good man. Hopefully you got one last week. When with the blank game, like a lot of people were making transfers and taking hits. So yeah, hopefully you got a wee bit of a green arrow. I think I went up 13-14k places. But yeah. Salah will come back to great shortly. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take the risk. I don't like it's fantasy football is a bad game when you're betting against Salah. So I'm hoping to keep Salah close to my chest. And yeah, no, there's all right. No point putting him on the bench any if you're wildcarding this week. So take the risk, getting rid of him. I'm just gonna have a quick look at what fixtures Liverpool have if I go on to the transfer. This was my wildcard team, but I've got a few more changes, and we'll get into that later. But yeah, Brighton at home isn't an easy fixture. You have Arsenal away, City at home. So yeah, that Game Week 12, then the West Ham, Forest and Leeds. I want Salah back in my team for that for sure. So I'm gonna hedge my best against keeping Salah out of my team for 9, 10, 11. Hopefully Brighton can keep him out. I know it's at home for Liverpool, so there's every chance Salah can do well. But yeah, there's Arsenal away, every chance he could do well as well. But fairly confident he won't get anything against City. We easily could a penalty, whatever. But out of those, then I'm happy enough to keep him out of my team till Game Week 12. Yeah, don't like playing the fantasy when I don't have Salah in my team. Anyone who played it last year, if you didn't have Salah, I took him out for 2 game weeks. The Boxing Day game, St. Stephen's Day game against Leicester. Thankfully he missed that penalty. But it was horrible just watching the game. Every point I was going down loads in places, and then unfortunately then I took him out for the Return United fixture. I had that captaincy on him, and then United had a double game week. I brought in Bruno and then took out Salah, and that ultimately made me miss out on top 10k by I think about 10-12 points, and that was the Salah. If I kept him, that would have been it. But anyway, lessons learned anyhow. But yeah, it's pretty much Haaland is the new Salah this year. But we'll get into that later on. But yeah, so going back, there's a few more questions in the chat there. Cancelo to Trent, yes. I might go Diaz for now to cover defence. Anyway, yeah. Even make sure you have Cancelo anyway. Diaz's ceiling is about 6, 7, 8 points with a bonus if they keep a clean sheet. And if Cancelo gets he's more chance of an attacking return. You've seen how high he's up every game. Even last night as well. There he got his assist. Yeah, and especially if they're not great at keeping clean sheets at the moment, City. So you're kind of relying on a Cancelo attacking return there. But yeah, I'm thinking to play as Odegaard along with Martinelli. I wouldn't really double up on Arsenal midfielders as of now, just because they're that blank against City in game week 11 or 12 it is. So probably would fly away from that or float away from that now for the moment. But yeah, hopefully you can see that you can. But yeah, I wouldn't double up on them for now. I'd probably ease off. Just Martinelli's enough, I think, for now. Brentford, fair enough. is a nice fixture. But after that, then I think they kind of go pear shaped for Arsenal on that. But that's what I'd say anyway. Darren O'Sullivan, when is the deadline? 6:30 tomorrow. So I'm only streaming now this evening. I'm flying to Liverpool at 7 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. I was meant to be going to the Man United Leeds game, but unfortunately that got called off. So managed to get tickets for the Everton game. So if there's anyone in the chat who's going to Goodison, give us a shout, give us a DM on Twitter, and maybe we could meet up for a pint or something. We're going with a few lads, so more than welcome to join us anyway. But looking forward to it anyway. And I have Bowen in my team for now, so nice. It's nice to have some FPL involvement in a neutral game that you're going to. But anyway, yeah, that's talk for Sunday anyway. But yeah, the deadline 6:30 anyway, Darren, and then there's late night games then tomorrow, Fulham and Forest, and I can't remember who the second one is, but I don't have any involvement in that game, I'm fairly sure. Is it worth keeping my wildcard if I can feel 11 -4? Yeah, it's the only reason, if you weren't here earlier on, the only reason I'm playing my wildcard this week is because I had 3 Liverpool, 2 Brighton, I think it was 2 Chelsea, 1 Leeds, and yeah, so pretty much half my team was gone. So yeah, that's why I had to play it this week. But there's not much major difference between wildcarding this week and wildcarding next week. Fair enough, you have the week or 2 extra on the international break. You can see if there's any injuries, whatever. But I just had to play it this week. There's especially as well, I'm getting a few DMs on Instagram, Twitter, even comments on TikTok saying about free hit. There's no point doing your free hit this week. There's going to be better options later on in the year, especially with double game weeks coming around. I was looking at Ben Crellin's tweet about double game week. So bench boost is going to be very popular for the first double game week, and hopefully we'll get a few more later on. But yeah, stick to just your without using it this week if you don't need it. But if half your team is gone like mine was, that's what I'd go for. Yeah, but yeah, we've wish Conte would drop Son, as Kula hasn't done a lot wrong to be dropped. Exactly. Yeah, I only seen a wee bit of highlights of the Spurs game, but all I seen was Son was taken off. Yeah, Kulu hasn't done much wrong. He had that game week 1, lovely start in game week 1, but he hasn't done much since that then. Yeah, but yeah, that's what there's Richarlison is in form as well. So Kane, Son, Richarlison, Kulu, you've 4 great players fighting for 3 spots. So probably would lay off there. Kane is definitely the nailed on player for sure. Right, there's a few more questions there, but we'll get back to them in a few minutes. But we're just going to go have a quick look through these few wildcard drafts I was sent in on Twitter. I threw up a post earlier just to send in your drafts, and I'd rate them. But yeah, first off, he's gone for I suppose we'll look at the captaincy straight away, not even the fact that he I suppose the premium is one that kind of points out straight away. So not even the captaincy. So first of all, he's gone for Kane, Haaland, and De Bruyne. It's a very different draft I haven't seen on the timeline as of yet. So lovely with the 3 picks anyway, and you've probably an easy route. Great team value I'd say there as well. But the fact you've Gordon, you're probably missing out on Maddison, you're missing out on Zaha. But the fact that you can get 3 lads in there, good going there. Captaincy on Kane. I can see goals in that fixture for Spurs. Anyway, it's always kind of high scoring. I wouldn't want to be the person betting against Haaland, especially how high owned he's going to be. But yeah, lovely team up there. No, Mitrovic is a wee bit surprising there, but you've Ivan Toney. He got his call up to England there. He's raring to go. He'll surely want to be on or have a ticket on the plane to Qatar as well. So you've him there as well. De Bruyne, fair, yeah, nice midfield. Bowen is a nice differential pick. You've 2 players in the 1 fixture, and then going back then to the triple Newcastle defence could be good for this week. Anyway, Fulham the week after, you could probably see you could probably see Fulham scoring against Newcastle next week. But you have Reece James on the bench. Lovely team, to be fair, nice team there. Only downside I'd see is probably Perisic in the defence there. Could be possibly rotated this week, but maybe not. I just wouldn't want to be taking that risk. And there's also every chance Leicester can score, especially they haven't been as a great defensively Spurs of late. But yeah, I suppose you've got a wee bit of cover there with Fulham with Andreas. But all around nice solid team, to be fair. I said I picked that one first because of the premium there. But yeah, Kane captain. Probably go back towards Haaland, to be fair, but it's a nice team there with the premium, and you have your route back to Salah. Only thing as well is no Cancelo. would probably, if you could, upgrade Perisic to Cancelo, and then probably downgrade De Bruyne if you could. But that's the only really way you're going to get money for Cancelo there. But it's a decent team, to be fair. But yeah, I said I'd start off with that because of the premium. Next up there, we've fairly template team here now, to be fair, very similar to mine as of now at the moment. But Pope there, James, surprised you're keeping Trent, to be honest, on your wild card, especially with the no games this week. But you probably want him on the bench as a placeholder. But yeah, you've Neco Williams up there against 2 Fulham. Bailey, I've seen a lot of people keeping Bailey as of now as well. But yeah, I didn't own him earlier on the season, but if you were going back to him now, if he hurts it twice, you're going to be scared by him for sure for the rest of the year. But some decent fixtures for Villa. I know there's Leeds coming up as well, so could be a game week Bailey does well if he gets his game time. But nice team there, to be fair, and yeah, all arounder, to be fair. And De Bruyne, if you've got De Bruyne over Kane, I'd probably lean towards Kane, to be honest, to have, because you have your cover with Cancelo and Haaland. And then if you did De Bruyne to Bowen, would say, and Isaac to Kane. But I can see why you have Isaac in there. There's nice fixtures for Newcastle. But yeah, we've just one question there in the chat then from True Fandela. Hello mate, Perisic or Kulu for 1 week punt? Wouldn't be mad on either, to be honest. Yeah, if you had to pick one, probably lean towards Perisic, only because that front three for Spurs is just a guessing game, to be fair. Yeah, wouldn't be mad on either. If you can get Kane, he'd be the only kind of Spurs that I'd be suggesting. But yeah, that's what I'd say there. But you've other shouts in the fence. I'm sure you have Trippier and the same kind of price bracket as Perisic, and then you could even double up on Newcastle, Schär or Botman there over Perisic even as well, just if you want a 1 week punt for the Bournemouth game. Yeah, that's what I'd be saying. I'm expecting some goals in that game for Spurs and Leicester. It's always high scoring, as I was saying. Yeah, so Leicester might get one back then as well. Right, Jordan Power up next. He's not particularly thrilled about Bowen and Maddison, but their fixtures are excellent. Fair enough, yeah, they haven't been going well. Well, Bowen especially. He got his rest tonight. He come on after 63, 64 minutes. So we bit of game time for him. West Ham kind of scraped away with their skin of their teeth. They won 3-2. But yeah, he can easily jump to Zaha if he wants. Fair enough. Yeah. Also questioning if I want Kane. Certainly easier to get back to Salah with this squad, but I'll start someone like Bailey or Andreas every week. As I was saying, yeah, there's no reason not to play Andreas every week. They do have nice fixtures for Fulham up to game week 16 or game week 14, I think it is. But yeah, Bowen and Maddison, yeah, I like the Bowen pick, especially this weekend. And he should be on penalties by the look of it. He took that penalty in the Europa I think it was last week. So if he's on pens, he's a nice differential. I think he's only about 3 or 4 or 5% owned. But yeah, Emerson as well. I'm kind of him and hawing on him too. Need to decide what I want to do with him. But he played the full 90 tonight. Cresswell did as well, and Kufal did as well. So I seen FPL Irons was tweeting today saying stop asking about Emerson. But for 4 million, you can't go much wrong else. Especially if you're only playing him for the Everton game, then you've James on the bench there too. But yeah, solid team there. Very very template as well. A lot of I'm trying to get something different there. Just scrolling through these, so they're all kind of fairly similar. I'll go with this one now because it's a wee bit different. There's Villa lads pointing out to me there, so I suppose just leave it there. You can see it. But yeah, Ollie Watkins looks like he's going to miss the game there. So there's first one there, Abdullah. You might want to get rid of him. Digne, he's another alternative to instead of tripling up on Newcastle, you can go Digne. They have nice fixtures, all right, but just everyone knows Luca Digne is an absolute FPL troll. So wouldn't be mad on going him on the wild card, but I can see why you're doubling up on Villa. Yeah, they have the fixtures there, but just wouldn't be for me. You've Martinelli in there. You've two City, similar to myself. So yeah, just make sure what you have a plan for game week 12 when City and the Arsenal game is called off. But Son in there too. I did want to, to be honest, if you got a return it's a bit stupid really. If he got a return Tuesday, I would have went for him, but the fact he was hauled off early on, that's why he's not in my team at the moment. And then you comparing him to Kane, Kane has got penalties, so he's got the added bonus there as well. But yeah, nice team all the same. Just apart from the two Villa lads, I wouldn't be mad on having them in the team. And then last one here then as well, very very similar to what I have at the moment, apart from Gordon and Perisic. But yeah, Kane and Haaland up top. Just go into that so you can see it. And then the Gordon is a nice differential pick anyway for sure. He's if Everton score, it's going to be him that's involved. So going well with Gordon anyway. He is for Everton, and then you have De Bruyne in there. You have the premium there. I didn't even spot that. Sorry. So that's a very nice team to be fair. Gordon, no one really around that price bracket. You could go back to Gross as well if Gordon isn't performing, but Brighton's fixtures aren't great there too. As I was saying earlier on, then as well, the Perisic could easily be rotated too. So just keep an eye out for that too. But yeah, that's as you can see, just going through them all there. It's a very kind of template. A lot of drafts there, yeah. But we've one question there for Bryn. Sorry, Bryn. What are your thoughts on Tony versus Isaac? Tony seems more likely to last of GAMEWEEK 16, but I know Isaac has the fixtures for now. Yeah, Isaac has the fixtures, all right. This is how my team is lining up at the moment, but I'm just gonna get the fixtures up for Isaac. Newcastle do have the fixtures, but then Isaac, or Tony, I should say, has penalties over Isaac. So if it was a toss of a coin, you'd probably lean towards Isaac or Tony because he's got the penalties. Bournemouth, Fulham, Brentford next three for Newcastle, and then fair enough, the United game probably not much there expected, but they might get a consolation. And then Everton at home. So 4 fixtures there. Looking at it as a double Newcastle defensive owner, that Bournemouth game and that Everton game, I'll be hoping for it. They're the two games I'll be hoping for the clean sheet. Probably not against Fulham, probably not against Brentford. Maybe so if they're at home. But yeah, they have nice fixtures. Then looking at Tony there too. What is he? 19.4% owned. Arsenal at home, Bournemouth away. Fair enough, Bournemouth away. They're not great up until GAMEWEEK 13 there. You could see there, but Newcastle away, no. Brighton at home, could easily score against Brighton to be fair. But yeah, Tony has the penalties, but if I was picking out of the two, I'd probably lean towards Tony just because he's got the penalties. But yeah, I had Isaac in my team, but I've gone for Kane now for now. But here's how my actual wildcard is looking at the moment. Yeah, so cheers, Brian, for that. Anyone else in the chat, lads? We've a good few watching there. Just send in any questions you want, and we'll get through as many as we can. But yeah, here's how I'm lined up at the moment. Gone for double Newcastle defence. Cancelo, Emerson is in for now, only on the basis that he's going to play this 1 week. I've Guehi on the bench. If you look at Palace's fixtures, they're fairly nice now up until GAMEWEEK 16 too. So fair enough, the Chelsea game, but Leeds, Leicester, Wolves, Everton, Southampton. That's why I'm leaving Guehi on the bench just for now. But I think it'll be very popular in GAMEWEEK 9. A lot of managers going for Guaita, but I've Guehi on the bench for now. I had Fofana, but the fact that he didn't play last night is a wee bit worrying. So I don't want to waste a Chelsea spot on my bench for that. And if it needs be, I can move to him. Then they're both on the same price. But yeah, Maddison there, Andreas Pereira, Bowen, Martinelli in midfield. So no premium in my midfield. So it's going to take 2 moves to get to Salah, and then Kane and Haaland up top. Mitrovic against Forest. I'm expecting big things. I'm looking forward to the Fulham game tomorrow. Unfortunately, it's not on telly. It might be on telly over in England, but I don't think it is. Yeah, it's Villa and Southampton on the telly, unfortunately. But I was looking forward to watching the Fulham game, but we might have to watch it on a dodgy stream or something. But yeah, so that's this week. I'm fairly happy with that now, to be fair. And then I don't want to press reset. How do I get to the next game? Okay, up top, and then yeah, so City are against United. That's the kind of the not even a bogey fixture, whatever. And then I'd bring in James for Emerson. Zaha maybe play him against. Yeah, take out Pereira there just in case Zaha gets a cancellation. And then game week 9 isn't looking too mad. It could be, depending on how things go, as always, it could be low enough scoring game. But I've Maddison there for the Forest fixture. Probably, do I want Mitrovic to score there as a double Newcastle owner? I'm not sure, but I've Bowen at home to Wolves there, and Maddison are the two differentials that I'd be hoping would do well. But yeah, hopefully the Spurs and Arsenal game is high enough scoring. So don't know, Maddison could be a cheeky captain pick there, but yeah, that's how I'm looking for game week 9, and then on to game week 10. Then probably, if I had to save the transfer game week 9, save for game week 10. Could take out Martinelli for the Liverpool game, bring in who we looking there, fixtures, United, could go for Rashford there, especially with United against Everton, then Newcastle, or even a punt on Ward-Prowse, but he has City that weekend actually. But yeah, no, just looking towards game week 11 and 12, this for the blank if they have it. Yeah, so with no transfers after the wild card, that's how I'm looking. So Martinelli, Cancelo and Haaland. It'll probably be Kane out. Going back to 11, sorry, I meant to say that as well. So I think Liverpool play City that weekend, so Haaland probably won't be a captaincy pick for myself that week. And the fact if I go Kane on my wild card, I have Kane in there for the Everton fixture at home. So very nice fixture there as well, and hopefully Maddison is on good form there too. He'll have Palace at home. I know of Guehi in there as well, but yeah, we'll sort that out over the weeks. But yeah, and then game week 12, when the blank is in, can go Cancelo to Trent or Alexander-Arnold. Kane out to probably Solanke. I think Bournemouth have nice fixtures. And see if I can go Martinelli. I can't. So probably be Bowen out. So and just have to bench Martinelli then. So Bowen to Salah. And then yeah, could play Pereira against Villa, or even could play Guehi. Or I'll have to play Guehi because Haaland isn't there. So game week 12 is 4-4-2, whatever. Fairly nice team there, to be fair, even with those moves, 3 moves there to get Salah back in. Just Cahill is asking there, what's that website called, FPL team. So that's how I'd probably look at game week 12. Predicted points is 54. I don't want to reset it because it's gonna go back to me what my team is before. So if I just go back to Kane here, Kane, and then Bowen back in. So Cahill, yeah, FPL team. I don't know if you can see that there on the top left. So FPL team is this website. It's very handy for planning ahead. And it even tells you how many transfers you make and if you have a free transfer or not. So very good website, very helpful. Then yeah, just going back to, we'll just see how my wildcard is shaping up for the week. What's the predicted points? 54. I'd take that in the 60s or 70s for that week. Yeah, that's what I'd surely be looking for. Yeah. Yeah, that's how I'm surely looking up the moment now. So while I'm on stream, I'm just going to make those moves quickly. So Kane and Haaland. I suppose should we make a draft, try and get De Bruyne in? It could be a wee bit messy, so I might leave that off. But yeah, we've 19 watching now at the moment, lads. So if you've any wildcard questions, do send them in. I suppose what would be the kind of hot topics this week would be Kane and De Bruyne, even Son there as well. But I think just with Haaland already in the team, and the blank for City in game week 12, I think I think Kane is probably the optimum one to go for, especially with that game week 11 fixture against Everton at home. So easy captaincy pick there as well, especially with City having Liverpool that week too. But yeah, could easily then another option there. I was going if I put Isaac in there. I know I was saying Tony, but I just want kind of short term returns for now, and especially especially with the Bournemouth game for Newcastle there at the weekend, and then if I bring in Kevin De Bruyne, so that's what I could do now. I'd probably be more. There's 0.1 missing there, but when I did it earlier on, I was able to afford it. So I'm not sure why that's saying that, but yeah, don't worry about that. I could just downgrade Guehi to Neco Williams if I have to there, but yeah, Bowen, and then probably be more inclined to bench or Madison, to be honest. I just fancy that Forest game for Fulham, and then just because if I go that Kane route, which I more than likely will, to be honest, I can play Madison and Pereira this weekend. So, and then if I go back to Zaha there, and then I've Zaha for his nice fixture run there too. So that's I'm looking like anyway for this week. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking anyway. I don't think I had anything else on the chat, or really. I think there was another team draft that came in there, but I threw that up. There's a few more, was there? Yeah, there's a few more here, I suppose. Sure, we can go through these. So Arshia, he's gone for cover in defensive with Spurs defensive cover with Dyer there. Emerson, yeah, that I'm probably leaning towards Emerson as well. I kind of only want to play him for the 1 week, and then hopefully that they'll keep out Everton. Probably won't, to be honest, especially how bad they were tonight. I know they won, but I don't even know where the team they were playing is from, and they conceded twice, and they're pretty much at a full defence playing. But yeah, Emerson, hopefully now for this weekend he'll get something, and then can bring in could even play him. Well, no, I have James coming in there then, and then yeah, I'm happy enough then with Trippier, Cancelo, and James, and then I think Palace's fixtures turn for the better. Then after that, yeah, Leeds at home there, so could nearly bench Martinelli if I had to play Guehi there, but wee bit of a headache there, but we'll worry that come game week 10. That's 3 or 4, nearly 5 weeks away, especially with the international break. But yeah, how long are we on for? We're on for 40 minutes now. So any other questions, lads, send them in. I have to pack for Liverpool now soon, so I may end the stream now in the next few minutes if there's no other questions coming in. But that's how I'm going at the moment. Just if you're on Twitter, I hit 12k followers this week on Twitter, so do give us a follow. I'm on Twitter and Instagram, and if you're enjoying the stream, give the stream a like anyway. Unfortunately I couldn't do the deadline stream this week, but or tomorrow, but I said I'd get it out of the way tonight anyway. But yeah, I'm not sure. There's not much else to chat to really. I don't want to stay on and ramble on, but that's my current wildcard draft at the moment. That's game week 10, so we'll just go back there. So game week 8, and then yeah, so Pope and goals: Trippier, Cancelo, Emerson, Martinelli, Bowen, Pereira, Madison, and Mitrovic, Kane, and Haaland. Probably not fully locked in on Kane or De Bruyne, so need to fully decide on that. But for now, I'm gonna go for Kane. All right, but Breen, fair play to you. Cheers for tuning in, man. Enjoy the game at the weekend. Surely you have to keep going in. Yeah, I was FPL Cunner called me out saying I had to captain one of the West Ham lads, but I don't think I can put myself through that, especially if Haaland goes mad on Saturday morning. I don't captain him. He'll definitely ruin my weekend. But yeah, lads, if you're enjoying the stream, please do hit that like button. We're close to 2,100 subs on the channel as well. So if you like what you're seeing, please do subscribe to the channel too. A lot of work goes into these streams and even the videos during the week. A lot of late nights this week, but I'll get to enjoy myself over the weekend. Watching a few games in Liverpool as well. We've Calvin in there, FPL Penguin. How's it going, man? We're just going through wildcards anyway. But I suppose do I try and build a team with the Treeman as well before we go. So stick out Madison there, put in De Bruyne. Just the fact that we'll do this, and then I think we'll call it there then. So De Bruyne, take out. I want to keep Bowen anyway, or I might have to take him out. FPL Penguin's not mad on the hype for Bowen. I'm leaning towards Bowen because I was saying he's on penalties. probably biased in the fact I'm going to a match on Sunday too. But looking at Newcastle or West Ham's fixtures, they are very nice to be fair. Everton, Wolves, Fulham, and Southampton the next 4. So surely this is where West Ham get their season up and running. If you're a West Ham fan, I feel sorry for you. I seen a TikTok by John Ellis during the week. They're the highest. They're the most expensive place in the Premier League for a pint. I think it's £7.30 or something. But yeah, so fairly depressing if you're a West Ham fan at the moment. But they got the win tonight, so you'd be hoping over the next 4 anyway. Myself, especially as a Bone owner now. Yeah, I'll be hoping he does well over the next 4. And if he doesn't, you know, it's an easy downgrade. Then I'll be getting rid of him before the Liverpool game. Anyway, he's probably going to be my placeholder for Salah anyway. Kane out and Salah and Bowen out that week, and getting Salah in that week too. But yeah, that's why my thought process around Bowen at the moment. It won't confuse you too much. This is well, this isn't my team now because I was going for the Bruyne draft. But yeah, Calvin, that's why I'm going for Bowen. I think if he's on penalties, lovely differential. What is he, less than 10 anyway? I think he's about 5 or 6%. Is he 3% owned? Yeah, so it's kind of getting on these players before they kind of they hit form. So that Everton game as well, very winnable game for West Ham on Sunday. I'll try not to go too mad on the side on it if Bowen scores, but because I'll be in the home end, whatever. But I'm as a neutral going, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, hoping it's Bowen gets a return anyway. Be interesting to see who's on penalties, but seeing as he did take that one in Europe, it definitely could be him. Syria transferred Salah to KDB and Trent to Emerson. 10 playing as of now. Is it worth the hit to getting Kulu in for Gross? Wildcard next game week. It is, if you're going for Kulu, to be honest, I'd probably go for Bone if you're just taking a 1 week punt. I know you're doubling up on West Ham there, but it is a nice fixture. Kulu's minutes could be monitored, especially with Richarlison. There's 4 players there obviously for Spurs, and 3 of them have to get in. So wouldn't be mad on transferring in one, especially for a hit. I'd be looking for one that's definitely going to play. And Bowen got his rest tonight, and they're around the same price bracket anyway. And if it's only for a punt, go for Bowen there too. But that's what I'd say anyway. And even if you're wildcarding next week, if Bowen does well, you've got your little price rise there. Yeah, so that's what I'd say, to be honest. Yeah, Bowen in there, he got his rest tonight. I know you're doubling up on West Ham, but it is a fixture that West Ham can do well in. Yeah, enjoy the game that you're going to. Thanks FPL Penguin, fair play to you for tuning in. But yeah, so we'll go back to this De Bruyne draft. And if any other questions, I'd send them in, and we'll finish off this draft I was building, and then we'll get a premium going. Yeah, so right, we've that can't be right anyway because it says I've 8.4 in the bank. So I think I might have to reset this all together. So this is how my team was before the wildcard. I suppose I should have probably started off with that. So it's Sanchez, James, Robbo, Trent, Salah, Harrison. So 2, 4, 6 players missing out there. So if I was building a premium draft, we'll start off with that, sure. We'll get Kane in, and then get De Bruyne in for Salah, and then out of the midfielders, then we probably want Maddison over Zaha. Anyway, you could probably leave Zaha on the bench just only because he doesn't play. You want to keep Martinelli in there. Going back to the defense line, we want Trippier for sure, and then we want Pope in there too. So good foundations, I suppose. I better follow the trade I wrote myself this week. Yeah, so Trippier, probably stick Emerson in there just to save money, and then James is going to go to the bench for Pereira, and then probably want Mitrovic in there to get rid of him and get him in, and then take out Gross. We're going to sell Gross, but how much will be left in the bank? So we have 1.8, so going to be fairly stuck for cash there. Yeah, if you want to downgrade Maddison, then is the only way of getting the premium in there. Yeah, but kind of want Madison for the late fixtures. But if he goes that's where you'll afford that. So there's a premium there if you wanted, and at least then you have your cover with the premium, and you have Zaha on the bench. But I'm just going to get rid of Gross there, and what money have I for 4.7? So not great, to be honest. I'm just going to quick look here at who's 4.7. 4.7. The other laptop's in the way, so I'm going to have to move that. You should see me set up at the moment. I'm literally looking at three monitors for now. But yeah, you could fit in Bailey, I suppose. But I'm not really mad on him. But if you want the premium, you probably have to make a few sacrifices. And then Bailey goes in there. So that's, yeah, you could nearly play him against Southampton as well. So that's a premium that I'd say. But you do have to play Pereira every week. But as I was saying, it's that, to be honest, that's not even a bad team, to be fair. You're just kind of Bailey and Emerson are probably a wee bit of rotation risk, but to be honest, with the three of them in there, that's a nice premium team there. And yeah, you've your cover with two Newcastle. You've Cancelo and De Bruyne and Haaland. But then the only thing then is come game week 12, once that fixture is postponed, you're a wee bit in a corner there. You have to, I suppose to be honest, I was surprised by that, to be fair. The premium there, but 54 points. They're always predicting 54 points for each team I've had. I don't know, is that a glitch or what? But to be honest, that's a nice premium draft there, to be fair. You've the only downside is you've no Bowen, you've no Madison, but you could argue the fact that they're not even returning as of now. Do you know why would you even bother going for them? Any money in the bank? I don't think so. So we've Neco Williams there. There's no real other standout 4 million defender that you want there. But yeah, no, that's a fairly interesting premium there. You have Zaha and James on the bench then, and then next week then for game week 9. So about Emerson for James, and then you probably, the fact if you're doubling up on Fulham attack, you might want to spread the risk then with Zaha against Palace. Hope that Palace get something, and Reece James gets an attacking return. But yeah, it's an interesting premium. I quite like it, to be fair. The only downside is Bailey. I think I prefer Bailey with his minutes, or Madison and Bowen to their minutes against Bailey and De Bruyne, and then having Kane and Haaland up top there, but they're in the team there too. But yeah, if I was going for a premium, that's what I go for. You always know the risk with going for a premium, that obviously you have to go with lesser players. But that's what I'd be going for there. Sam 999, best midfield option to replace Salah. So suppose you have any budget, you're going for. So if it's a straight swap, I'd probably just go for De Bruyne. Yeah, you could take a punt if you're only punting this week. You could take a punt on Son, take a punt on Bowen. But if it's more long term, if you don't have your wild card left, just go for De Bruyne. Unfortunately, you can't really go for Kane because it's going to be 2 moves if you're not on wild card. But yeah, De Bruyne looks like the straight swap for Salah right this week. Another one there as well. What's the best option? Free hit or wild card for this week? Definitely wild card. We're all getting another wild card in game week 16. After the World Cup, so game week 17 it might be then. Yeah, so we pretty much have to play this game in quarters. So game week 1 to 8, game week 8 to 16, 16 to 24, and then 24 to 38 or whatever. Whenever the double game weeks start coming in, then that's when everyone's chips are going to be used. But playing it now in segments anyway. So 1 to 8 is gone from us now. We need to start attacking these kind of 8-9 fixtures from 8 to 16, and then we get another wild card after the World Cup, and another one then as well. So yeah, there's lots to do there. But yeah, so just keep an eye on that, and then as well something to be mindful of as well. Just keep that in mind there for sure. Yeah, and then we'll want free hit later on the season as well, especially when there's blank game weeks, once the FA Cup games come in. You've seen a lot last year when we have to play the free hit when the FA Cup replays are playing, and even the semi-finals and the finals. A lot of people are going to have Chelsea, City, Liverpool, and they're more than likely gonna get to the final of the FA Cup. So yeah, keep the free hit for later on the season for sure. Rory Taylor, I had the exact same team but for Fofana instead of Neco Williams. Is it worth it? Up to you, to be honest. It'd probably put me away from Fofana, the fact that he didn't get a look in last night, and that was a game Chelsea had to get something out of, or they did get something out of, but they had to kind of win, but they didn't get the 3 points. But so they're kind of embattled at the moment now. They're bottom of their table, or the bottom of the table in their group. Does he probably trusted Aspilicueta more than Fofana there? But yeah, if I had Fofana on your bench, if you know what I words, to be honest, I looking at Neco Williams fixtures, are you even going to play him? Or am I even going to play him? I should be saying, looking at his fixtures, possibly not. Leicester away, Leicester could easily score there. Villa is probably the only game at home that you'd more than likely play Neco Williams. So maybe I should be looking away from Fofana. I don't think I have Neco Williams. I do. Yeah, so I have no money in the bank there, and that's me premium. I think I didn't have Neco Williams. I had him out for Emerson. I think my backline was Trippier, Cancelo. Geez, I can't even remember now. I need to reset that. But I don't think I had Neco Williams in my team. But going back to what you were saying there, Rory, sorry, yeah. There's no point even having Neco Williams if the only game you're going to play him is the Villa game. Fair enough, there's people playing them this weekend, Friday or tomorrow night. If Fulham don't score, at least you're kind of protecting your rank if Neco gets his clean sheet. But yeah, should probably be looking towards Fofana myself, to be honest, if I'm not even going to play Neco. But I'd go Guehi. That was it. Yeah, I'd probably look at Guehi. Sorry, that's it there. That's fine. It came to me there. I'd Guehi in my team over Fofana, just because I'll show you Palace's fixtures, and they're nice ones that I'm sure they're going to play him as well. How's he done so far? Only 10 points. He's played every 90 minutes so far. They've only kept one clean sheet. But fair enough, Chelsea not going to play him. Leeds, Leicester, Wolves, Fulham, Southampton. Surely be expecting a clean sheet. Southampton, possibly even Wolves, possibly even Leeds. Those three home games for Palace. Yeah, that's what I'd be saying. Anyway, Fofana, I was on Fofana, but the fact that he didn't get his game was it Tuesday night or last night. So I've moved towards Guehi for now. 4.4 million, and those fixtures for Palace are actually very nice, up, and that lead you up until game week 16. Forest away, Southampton at home, Everton away. They're nice fixtures. I can see people trying to get ahead of the curve. Whatever, there's going to be people wildcarding in game week 9. I'm sure they're going to have some Crystal Palace defensive cover. It's only because if they don't play this week and the Chelsea after that, people are kind of fretting away from them. But 4.4 million, same price as Fofana, Rory. So that's what I'd be saying there for sure. Sam99 again. Do you think Brighton players will perform same without Graham Potter? Don't think it's. I can see. Sorry, Leo was good there before I got on that. He's saying he prefers Anderson. I think it's a money issue. Is it? Yeah, it's 4.5. Anderson is a good shout there as well. I think is he more of an attacking threat for sure. If you can stretch to Anderson, yeah, that's a good point. Leo, he got a bonus, and he scored against City. So yeah, he has an attacking threat there for sure. But I think it was just a money issue that I had to go for Guehi. If Anderson there, of course, for sure. But yeah, looking then, what was I going to say there? Yeah, sorry, Sam. Brighton fixtures, yeah. So going back to Brighton, they should be all right, but their fixtures, I wouldn't be going near them. Like I can't see them drastically changing because Potter's gone. But yeah, Liverpool, Spurs, don't want them at all there. Brentford probably not even as well. It's only the Forest fixture game week 12, but you're not going to hold on to your Brighton players just for that. Probably the best time that the wildcard could have came around for lads like myself that had double Brighton, and now that I'm getting rid, yeah. So Liverpool away in game week 9, Spurs at home. Then can't see them keeping clean sheets there. No, they're flowing with the goals, all right, but yeah, I wouldn't be keeping them in your team, especially if you're on wildcard. But it's hard to know, Sam. I know Lallana is he the player manager now or something? They haven't got a replacement. Or I could be wrong in saying that, but I don't think they do. But yeah, it's new manager bounce. Let's see how they get on, but definitely won't be wanting them in my team for now. Looking on then, their kind of purple patch then is 15 to 22. They've a nice run of fixtures, and then yeah, so probably after the World Cup we could probably hopping back on our Brighton assets, but for now, no, I'm happy enough to stay away from them. Rory, Isaac or Mitrovic, for sure. He's on penalties. He hasn't blanked, or he's only blanked once. Don't know what's going on with my Twitter there. I get a good lot of notifications, but that's alright. Yeah, Mitrovic, yeah, he's only blanked once, and that was a penalty miss. So keep Mitrovic over Isaac for sure. And then if you wanted to double up or even triple up on Newcastle defence, that's what I'd be going for. De Bruyne and Isaac, or Haaland and Bowen for this game week. You need Haaland, simple as. Yeah, just any option with Haaland. Go that. Yeah, Bowen is a nice differential as well. Are you going to keep the premium? No, I don't think so. I had that. This is a premium draft. This isn't my locked in team here. I only just made that because if you wanted to get the three lads in, because it's literally a coin toss at the moment with De Bruyne and Kane for me. So if you wanted a premium, that's what you could go for. But no, I just think there's better options with probably prefer Madison and Bowen to De Bruyne and Bailey, to be honest. But if you wanted De Bruyne, if you wanted Kane and Haaland, feel free to go for that. But it's just the fact that Madison and Bowen, especially Leicester's fixtures, just showed them there quickly as well. Even that Forest game in game week 10 or 9. So the Forest, Bournemouth, Palace, Leeds, Wolves. That run of fixtures for Leicester. I think Madison is he 3.7. Yeah, that's a ridiculous differential. Yeah. So yeah, that's differentials for weeks to come. But I've seen Jam Man, fair play to you. Any differentials for this week? There's a few for long term. You obviously have Madison there. If you're on your wildcard, get him in now. 3.7%. Those fixtures are beautiful. Fair enough. The Spurs away might even pull something back, to be fair. But yeah. And then this is my man now for this week. As I was saying earlier, I'm going to the game, so could be a wee bit biased, but 3.4% owned. If he's on penalties then as well, he hasn't been himself compared to last year for sure. But all he needs is this kind of run of fixtures that he's coming up, and if he gets two returns out of those 4 games, beautiful. I'll be more than happy with that for sure. Other differentials then you've Isaac. I think he's less than 10% owned as well. Fairly sure Wilson is out for this weekend. He's got a yellow flag there. We'll see how he gets on. You've another differential is Isaac, 6.1%, but it all depends if you're going Kane up top. If you're going Kane, you obviously can't fit Isaac in. You obviously rank Mitrovic over Isaac for sure. And then you obviously Haaland is going to be in your team there too. Zaha, I don't think he's a differential. What is he? Yeah, so he's over 10%, so he's not a differential there. Weeks to come, Palace defenders, Guehi there 1.2%, but then as Rory said earlier on, I think, or someone said Anderson, it was Leo. You have Anderson there. He's definitely less than 10% owned. And those run of fixtures for Palace are lovely. Just trying to get ahead of people, thinking what managers are gonna be looking for on their game week 9 wildcard. But I think Palace defenders are gonna be popular, so I'm gonna leave one in. What do I have? 0.6 in the bank, to be fair, so I could go for Anderson, to be honest, which I might do, to be honest. I don't know why Thingy was telling me that I'd no money in the bank, so to be honest, this is probably going to be my team ahead of tomorrow, unless anything else comes out from the press conferences. Hopefully Emerson came out well anyhow, but yeah, I'm not going to lock it in for now, but that's pretty much what my wildcard team is going to be. So there you are on stream. I'm fairly happy with that now. And then it'll be Pope and goals, Emerson, Cancelo, Trippier, Martinelli, Madison, Pereira, and Bowen, and Mitrovic, Haaland, and Kane. Nice. I like that, to be fair. And then you have Anderson in there. The 0.1 extra than Guehi. I don't know why. Live team was telling me that her FPL team was telling me that I didn't have enough, but yeah, Anderson is definitely the better shout on set pieces. He got his goal against City, but and he's got a bonus point there against Newcastle, so he's a bit of a good shout for bonus points if it comes in. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Palace as well. Hopefully they keep on kicking. I know the international break might loosen their stride a bit, but yeah, I'm happy enough with that team, to be fair, and hopefully it'll do well this week. But yeah, Spurs have good fixtures this week, but don't know if Conte will start Son or Kulusevski, because Son has been very bad this season. Yeah, I wouldn't be bringing in Kulu. I wouldn't be going for that. Just because, as I was saying there, Richarlison, Kane, and Son, and Kulu, they've got four spots to go for. Excuse me, I'm on the phone there. I'm just going to retweet this stream, and we might get a few more in before we end it. But if you're enjoying the stream, lads, please do hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, drop us a comment, let us know what you want to see different on the channel. If you want to see different kind of content, let us know as well. We've been at YouTube now for a year, so it's all still very new to me. But yeah, the channel's going well. A lot of work being put into it behind the scenes. But yeah, hopefully we can kick on then, and hopefully you're all kind of enjoying these streams, all right. But yeah, that's what I'll be saying there, Sam. Don't go for Kulu, especially this week with those three fighting for the same spot. But Jam man, should I get Zaha now on a wild card to get Foden until Zaha has good fixtures? Yeah, Foden's a dodgy one now, just because he got his rest against Dortmund last night, Foden, and the game did change when he came on. They got their 2 goals then. But yeah, I think Palace have Chelsea, United have City. It all kind of depends on who your player is this week compared to Foden. So say for example, if you have a Pereira against Foden, I'd probably nearly play Pereira over Foden, just because Wolves are looking good defensively, and you have your cover in Haaland as well. But probably go for, but it's a toss up really. But have Zaha in there now. I'd probably say just the fact that you've got your City cover in Haaland and Cancelo. So that's what I'd say anyway. And then you have Zaha in your team then for the good fixtures when City's kind of go pear shaped. And then it saves you a transfer in game week 12 when the Arsenal fixtures was spawned, and you have a route already made. When City have Liverpool game week 11, Zaha will have, I think it's Leeds, so that's a nice fixture. Or Leicester, sorry. So game week 10, game week 11, yeah. So you have Zaha in your team already. That's what I'd be saying. Yeah, I won't confuse you. This is how I'm looking at the moment. Yeah. Right, is Alan St. Maximin worth getting for FPL? I think he's out of this weekend's games anyway, so not as of now, yeah. But if Newcastle are looking good over the next few, I know it's a pity we've another international break, especially we had our break from games last weekend. But yeah, that's what I'll be saying anyway. Go for someone else. You have 6.5 million there. You could even have a punt on Ward-Prowse, but they've got City coming up soon too. Probably wouldn't go there. But if you can stretch to your Zaha, if you don't have Martinelli, get him in over St. Maximin. But yeah, that's what I'll be saying there. All right, Roy Taylor, should I use St. Max for next 2 game weeks? And then sorry, I missed that as well. So it's looking like St. Maximin is gonna miss out this weekend. Just keep an eye on that for the press conference. But I think he's gonna miss out. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with him. Just have a quick look here, but I've seen some reporters said today that it doesn't look good for St. Maximin for the weekend, so something to keep note of. Is his hamstring or what? Yeah, so hamstrings are a bad injury. I've had a few myself, and if you injure your hamstring, it's 3, 4, probably nearly 5 weeks out. So he's missed the last few. How long has he been out for? He's missed the last 2 weeks anyway. So yeah, hamstrings are a sore one to come back from, especially. But yeah, so there is my wild card there, lads. We've still got a good lot watching, so do hit the subscribe button, lads. We're getting very close to 21 or 2,100 subs, so please do give the channel a subscribe. Like the stream there. We're nearly on 20 likes, so if you're enjoying the stream, we've been going there now nearly an hour and 10 minutes, so I'll end it in the next few minutes anyway. But if you've any other questions, please do send them in as well there. If you're on Twitter and Instagram, I've just hit 12k on Twitter, and I'm getting close to 10k on Instagram, so add FPL for the two there. Yeah. Stephen, is Madison a good pick to include my wild card, or should I get Martinelli instead? I'd probably go for the two, to be honest. You want Martinelli for this week for sure, and you probably nearly want Madison too. Fair enough to have the Spurs and Liverpool game then, but long term I'd go Madison. Short term, probably both, to be honest, but I'd try and keep Martinelli in our team as well, just because he's so high owned. What is Madison there? 2 goals and an assist. Fair enough, he blanked the last 2 games, but that was a United game, and Brighton hammered Leicester. But yeah, he's on set pieces. We've seen how dangerous he can be from set pieces, and Leicester will be looking to try and turn things around. But yeah, I go Madison anyway, but you kind of want to have the two, just because Martinelli is so high owned. But yeah, that's what I'd be saying there. And even get your Zaha, get your Bowen in, and then if you missed earlier on, just our way back to Salah. Then it'd be Bowen and Kane out. When Kane is a tough fixture, is a 12. And then getting Salah back in then for the West Ham game. That's my game plan anyway. That's what I'm looking at. Sam, Odegaard or Madison? I'd be looking at Madison for sure, just because Arsenal have that the fixture called off in game week 12 against City, so that's why I'd go Madison over Odegaard, and assuming you have Martinelli already, so I wouldn't be double up on Arsenal, especially with their fixture postponement, and you surely have a City player in there too, so that's what I'd be saying. Jamman, opinion on Kane as captain, or should I go Haaland? This is it. I'm sticking on Haaland just because he's going to be so high captain. But if I wanted to take the risk, I probably would go for Kane, to be honest. Leicester, and I can't get it up now at the moment. If I won't mess around too much, but every fixture the last couple of years anyway with Leicester and Spurs, it's always been high scoring, and with Kane being on penalties, he looks the man in form for Spurs at the moment, even if they weren't great midweek. But yeah, I'd be very tempted to go for Kane, but the fact that Haaland, he's just so good, he's this year's Salah, as I was saying earlier on the stream. So he's perma captain every week for now, until his fixtures kind of go pear shaped. I wouldn't be inclined on betting against him, but then even game week 9 or game week 11, Kane, that's a big reason for having Kane in my wildcard now as well. When Liverpool or when City have Liverpool game week 11, Kane has Everton at home, so that's when you'd probably bet against Haaland that week. But yeah, just he's going to be so high owned, if he even scores and you don't captain him, it's pretty much going to be a red arrow. But yeah, that's what I'd be saying anyway. Yeah, so that's, I suppose, lads, we'll probably leave it there, because I have to be up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I still need to pack my bag. But yeah, if you've enjoyed the stream, lads, great to chat to you for the last hour and 10 minutes. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe to it. Give the channel a bit of support. Give us a like on the stream. Give us a comment. Any feedback at all is appreciated. We're game week 8 now, so just under a quarter of the way through the season, so this is where the ranks kind of start meaning something around game week 9, game week 10 is where it starts drifting apart from the high ranks and the lower ranks. But good man, Jam. Fair play to you. Cheers for tuning in, man. But hopefully this wildcard kind of sets us up for another green arrow, and we'll build on that, and then we'll be looking to get into the top 100k, and then build on for that then. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there, lads. Really appreciate you all tuning in on a Thursday evening. Listen to me ramble on for the last hour and 10 minutes. But hopefully enjoyed the stream, lads. We've hit 24 likes there. Fair play to you. We hit the 20 like goal, so thanks a million for that. And yeah, that's my team on show there. That's what I'm looking at the moment. I've a 0.5 in the bank left. And yeah, so be Pope, James, Emerson and sorry, James doesn't play. the lateness is getting to me. Pope, Cancelo, Trippier and Emerson, Martinelli, Madison, Pereira and Bowen, and the three lads up top, Mitrovic, Kane and Haaland. Yeah, good stuff. Sam, fair play to you, man, for sending all your questions in. I'll just leave it there, lads. So, and best of luck for game week 8, lads. Hope the wild cards all go well. Really appreciate that, Sam. Fair play to you. Hope the wild cards go well. Try to stick to the template as possible, and build on from that then over the next few weeks. But yeah, we'll leave it there, lads. Thanks for tuning in.